Hey everybody, Bradley Lenart, author of The Happiness Factors and CEO of Bradley Life Systems. And today we're going to talk about the Internet Product Master Plan for you, for those people who want to sell a product online. If you got that dream, this information comes from some of the elite marketers online like Brendan Burchard and Frank Kern. These guys are killing it. And this information can really help you sell any product. So I thought I'd do like a quick free overview. If you're an entrepreneur, if you want to sell some kind of product online, if you got like a 40-hour per week job that you're not really happy with, especially if you want to get out of that, or if you want to get some kind of like income or like retirement going, there's so much opportunity today online for the infopreneurs or entrepreneurs. These are extraordinary times for people who are willing to do the work. You know, there's so many people out there who are like really unhappy, punching a clock 40 hours per week at a job they can't really stand. You know, they're just like waiting for the weekends, 2 days per week, and they end up like self-medicating with like overeating or like alcohol. They're just looking forward to like just a weekend, 2 days, that's it. I don't know, I'm different than that. I thought life was supposed to be like adventure, you know, freedom and traveling and having the time to do what you really want to do. And, you know, I know there are a lot of people out there who are very unhappy. And I'm not here to say that doing this is actually easy. It takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of push, a lot of drive, a lot of innovation. You know, it took me about 6-7 years to get where I am, and where I started, I didn't know anything. I mean, I had nothing. My very first website was Bradley Life Systems, because my initial dream, which I'm doing now, is to help people become the best versions of themselves. And initially, it totally flopped. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and the learning curve was so great that I decided eventually I'd have to learn a different niche, something that actually made me money. So I started another company called American Fly Tires. I was the CEO of that, and that was a WordPress website. And it just took me forever. Like I said, it wasn't easy. I also had high standards. You know, I wanted it to be free-flowing and intuitive, and make sure that like it would sell the product beautifully. And it did sell the product. You know, eventually I did end up learning it. And here I am today, 6-7 years later. But at the time, you know, like my friends and family, they didn't really understand what I was doing. A lot of people were questioning what I was doing because I wasn't really like holding up to my other responsibilities, because all my focus was on this dream. But it took so much longer than I expected, and it was a very dark time, because it's like, you know, I didn't really know what was going to happen. I didn't know if it was actually going to work out, and it's like an open seas, kind of just like floating along, trying to carve my way, trying to path my way to success, but I didn't really know if it was going to work or not. So it was a lot of trial and error, and I'm not here to say that this is easy. But there are tons of opportunities out there. If you're not happy with your job, there's just so much happening right here, right now, that it's extraordinary. And you know, between like those 6 or 7 years pushing the product for American Fly Tires, it sold really well, sold across the world. Eventually I was able to sell these fly tying materials to fly fishermen. It was a gigantic fly tying kit that became really sought out. I sold it across Europe, through Russia, and then of course all through Canada, all through the States as well. Word really got around, and I started marketing it even more, and it just boom, it took off within that niche. It was a great learning experience, and yeah, I can cut your learning curve because I can tell you what works and what doesn't. And you know, I was selling these fly fishing materials to a very specific niche of people, and that's really what you got to do. You got to know your niche. You got to know who you're selling to, and that's the key. That's step number one. That's above everything. That's A. Okay, A number one. But it takes a lot of sacrifice. But once you get it right, it can be all automated. And next thing you know, it's like you have leverage and travel. And a lot of people were asking me back then, you know, Brad, how come you never go out? How come you never like come out with us to the bars on the weekends and hang out and have fun? You know, I'm the guy who believes that life is meant to be lived in such a way so that your dreams can prosper, so that you move toward your dreams, not like waste your time and energy and money on alcohol or just hanging out. And not that there's anything wrong with that if you do that. You know, I was the guy that was home on a Friday and Saturday night, and like my friends and people, they didn't really understand what the hell I was doing. Yeah, I would still do it once every other month or something like that. And even now I stay home and I write books. That's just what I do. Because I love it, because I want to move ahead. I want to help other people move ahead. I still have dreams and goals that I want to reach. And I'm not here about to just like throw that away on something like just hanging out. I mean, that has its place. But if you got the time and energy, you know, you might as well just like put it towards something that's really going to work out for you and give you true leverage in the long run. So my goal is to help people become their best selves, living on all 8 cylinders, you know, becoming the very best version of themselves. I call that living full throttle on their path to greatness. By the way, I also do phone coaching. You'll got the link down below. And it's one-on-one with me. I'm booked all the hell, so it may take about a month or so, but go ahead if you're interested, to get you into the psychology of what you want to do. Like even if it's like relationships or business or just like trading or whatever it may be, I can consult you as to how to get there in the most productive and quickest way possible. So just check that out, or at bradlenart.com. So let's say you're into just like selling a product. Maybe you're a musician and you have like a CD. As long as you know people will talk about it and you have a good product and you're giving good value for the money, you know, there's literally an unlimited market out there for you. I mean, just think about how big the world is. This is the internet. It gets out to the entire world. So step number one is to get that product. Develop the product. That's number one, okay? Like I say, the product has got to be something that you believe in wholeheartedly. This could take up to a year just to develop this, but do that first. Something you have no problem giving to others in exchange for value, for money. As long as you're integral about it, everything comes back around to you and it will come back out into your sales and in your passion. You can tell I'm very passionate about what I talk about, but it's not because I'm really trying to sell you anything or anything here. It's just because I know what I'm talking about. And it's because I know that there's lots of opportunities for people, and I know that what I'm saying here has weight. I've been through it all, and I know I can offer value to people. So that's why I'm passionate. So it just basically like sells itself. Right here, right now, there's a lot of people out there who are like really struggling with a 40-hour per week job. You know, like I say, there's self-medicating with alcohol on the weekends, overeating, because deep down they're not happy. So it comes out in like not only sub-communications, but also sub-behaviors in other ways. And it becomes like a downward spiral or just a gray area. You know, years go by in a gray area, they look back, and they haven't really lived their life. They haven't really learned the skills to develop the leverage, to develop something like a product online that could bring in an immense amount of income, an immense amount of value, to allow them to just be able to do whatever they want to do or have a proper retirement. Once you automate this, it can be extraordinary. And I'm just giving you a basic overview today to be able to figure out a tribe of people who will talk about your product, value your company, and as long as it's something that you believe in and you want to sell it, and you can monetize it as long as you believe in it. This is the internet product master plan that's behind this board, help you monetize it and get you going. So step number one is develop that product. It's got to be niched down, okay? What that means is it's a very specific niche of people, like American Fly Tires, that was niched down to fly fishermen, people who actually tied their own flies. So it wasn't just fishermen. It wasn't just fly fishermen. It was fly fishermen who tied their own flies. And that's very important. You need to niche down and know exactly who you're selling to. So, you know, let's say whatever it is that you have to niche it down. You have to know who you're selling to, okay? Now, get that product. It may take like up to a year or whatever, but whatever it is, as long as you believe in it, it can be sold to a huge group of people. Because if you niche it down to, let's say there's 7 billion people on the planet. If you niche it down to just a very small percentage, it's still hundreds of thousands of people who will go crazy for your product like they did for mine at American Fly Tires. Now, experts say, right now it's 2019, that there's about 1.3 billion people on the internet looking for products, like something that you need to sell or you want to sell, or they're completely confident in using something like Amazon or e-commerce or eBay for household products. So there's an extraordinary amount of opportunity out there right now because people are becoming more and more confident with buying products online. And you know, every single day it just gets better. It's an amazing opportunity. So they're trusting it. At this point, there are 1.3 billion, okay? First, I want to give you an overview on how many people that really is. Most people associate 1 billion to a million. It's nowhere near the same. In fact, 1 billion is so much more than a million that psychologists say your brain simply cannot fathom how much 1 billion people is. It's an immense amount of people. There are about 7 billion people on the planet. Okay? Experts estimate over the next 3 years there will be another 3.2 billion more people coming online looking for products just like whatever you have to sell. I mean, maybe even it's just a service-oriented product like my sister. And my sister, she does grave sites for people. Like if you have a loved one and you want the grave site, you know, nicely done, she goes there every so often and she makes sure that it's really nicely done and it's there's flowers around it and that everything's like really structured. That's a service-oriented product or a service-oriented business, and she could use this internet product master plan to gain, you know, just lots of people interested and sell that. So whatever it may be, you know, there's 3.2 billion people. She niches it down to the people who are really interested in keeping their loved ones' grave sites kept up. I mean, she'll have so much work that she can't even handle it. And that's what the beauty of the internet, and that's the opportunities that we have right here, right now, in this new internet way of doing things, okay? So once again, psychologists say our brains cannot fathom how much 1 billion is. Like I say, there's 7 billion people on the planet. That's a lot of people. There's just so many people to sell to that you can't even imagine. The market is unlimited, okay? As long as you understand where to start and what to do and what to sell and niche it down. Now, like I say, 3.2 billion more coming on. So you add that to 1.3. What is that? That's 4.5 billion people coming online, excuse my handwriting, that you can sell your product to. Now, once again, you niche it down to a certain group, and it could be 4, 5, 600,000 of people that you're literally selling to. You know, like I say, even just service-oriented products, like my sister's little business. It could be carpentry, painting. It could be a music CD you want to sell. Anything. You can use this kind of map, the Internet Product Master Plan, to get you going and get it out there. And the biggest problem most people have is just with selling products is they don't know where to start because there's just so much information out there. It's just like there's so much coming at people right now. It's like an open seas. Like it was for me, I didn't know where to start. You know, most people, they don't really know where to start. So this can help you at least get like focused. You know, it comes, like I say, from some of the best internet marketers out there, like Brennan Bichard, Frank Kern. It's proven, and at least it can start you somewhere. And from there, you can continue following me and see what I have for you as we continue to go here, okay? First, get your product. That's number one. Like I say, it's got to be something you believe in, something you know will sell, something you know gives value, something that you have faith in. You know, like let's say hypothetically you had to talk in front of a camera. It doesn't mean you have to. You never have to do these camera things. There's other ways to market it. But let's say you were to talk on camera like I am right now, you'd be, hypothetically, you would be just as passionate as I am right now about what I'm telling you because you believe in it. So it's not like you really have to like pump yourself up or gain motivation to push it. You know, it just comes out naturally. You don't have to sell it to people because you know it's going to be very valuable. You know deep down it's real. So if you have something like that, something you know that will give people a lot of value, you know, you just have natural passion for it and it sells itself. And you'll tap into more of your resources, and you also know that you're giving good value to an immense amount of people, and people will talk about it. And you feel good about yourself too because you're providing value. That's really what it's all about. It's organizing things. Like it's really not all that hard. But once you get the proper product that you believe in, you'll have the driving forces in you to continue, and it just kind of like moves on itself. Okay? You know, there are scams out there. There's some people who are out there scamming. But those people, they never last. You know why? Because they have a conscience. Deep down, they know they're scamming people. And so they can't just gain that kind of motivation, like the passion that I have right here, right now, because that I'm exuding here, because they know deep down it's not the real deal. So those people, they don't really last. And I know there are some scams out there online, but those people eventually, you know, whatever comes around goes around. And word gets around quickly. So first thing you want to do, make sure you have the proper product, something you believe in, something you know people will buy. Once you have that product, it could take up to a year, whatever it takes to get that. Do it. Then you need for people, like a place for people to go. Like this is where I started off first, a page or a website. You need somewhere to sell this product. Okay, along with this page and site, you need a shopping cart. A shopping cart allows you to exchange money for a product. Like it could be PayPal or Stripe. And you know, I did this in the opposite direction. I did the page site first, then I did the product, which was wrong. So like I said, you know, I'm here to just like tell you, do the right sequence. If you do the right sequence, you'll get there quicker than I did. And it's all about learning. So you know, nothing's overnight. So there's no way to just like make money like that overnight. It takes time, but at least you're cutting the learning curve by learning from my mistakes here. And that's what I'm here to do here. So get a page or website. You got to have that shopping cart. Okay. Like I say, people use PayPal or Stripe. Experts are saying that PayPal and Stripe are even actually more secure than just like regular banks. And I know that sounds a little strange, but the world is changing. Remember, everything's changing, especially within like these just last few years, within the internet, the modern internet marketer and the products that there's so much happening online, so much opportunity right now. Things are changing, and it's almost like at a point where like if you're going to like an everyday bank, it's actually kind of dangerous. Because I mean, think about it. If you go to like an ATM, you know, people could not only like steal your information, but you're like right out there out in the open. You know what I mean? It's like you can get robbed right at the ATM. People can rob you right there. They can get your information, take your money. There is a sense of security online, and people do get scammed online here and there, but it's very, very, very rare, and it's getting better every single year. So get this shopping cart, allow you to exchange money. You know, anybody can get a PayPal account or a Stripe account, whatever it may be, whatever you need attached to that page or website. And the third thing you need to do from there is you need to know how to market it. And that's really what we're going to talk about in the Internet Product Master Plan, which is behind this board, and we'll get to that right now. Marketing online is a very interesting formula. First, as we say, get your product, your page, which is right here. This is your website. And then we need this plan, this marketing plan. And that's what this formula is right here. Now here's your website. You want to drive people to this website through your ads. You know, different Facebook ads, different ads, YouTube, opt-ins, road signs, whatever it may be. You want to drive them to your website like this. You know, YouTube works well. You could drive that to a webinar here like this, or your website. Opt-in here. This is basic where people, they'll give you your email in exchange for value. You give something away like a sequence. Right here is a sequence of videos that you give away in exchange for their email. Excuse my writing. Once you have their email, you start to get like this this group of people. It's like a following of people. It's your own tribe, you know. And it, like I say, it gets crazy. It starts to like move forward, almost like a machine, to the point where like it's just extraordinary. So like here we go. People really begin to start to like it. This is fun, right? I'm having fun. Are you having fun? It's a blast. So like I say, YouTube ads or Facebook ads, all driving to your website, all driving to your webinar. You know, from there you also give some kind of homepage giveaway, something. It could be like just an ebook or like a special report. Or here, like I say, in this sequence, we have a sequence of videos given away after you get their email. Once you have their email, that becomes the tribe of people who begin to follow you. Like I say, it's a machine that just keeps rolling. You know, once you have that email, you send these videos out with good free content that helps them. So one free video, offering value. Then maybe a week later, another free video, offering value. Let's say this is within the course of like 2-3 weeks, maybe a month. After maybe the next week or like 3-4 days later, another free video, offering value. At this point, these people are really getting to know you. They're starting to trust you and know what you're about, know what you're offering, and also what your business is about, what you're trying to sell eventually. And it really is like, it's about giving first, and then you shall receive. Regardless whether or not they buy from you, they're getting all this free value. So it's just a good thing. It serves the greater good, and you feel good about yourself. You're not like a scumbag salesman, you know what I mean? Within the next 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 videos at the end, you offer more value, but this time you say to them at the end of the video, if you want to learn more, get my product here. And it brings them here. And you could sell that for maybe $300. You offer a price, $350, $300. And that's another page where you actually offer a price for your product. Could be an online program, could be your business, could be a book you're selling, your CD if you're into music, whatever it may be. But then, very important part from this, these people are open, they're opening, they have their credit card out, you know, they're wide open. You have to direct them to an upsell, that's a lower price point, something for like $67. Maybe it's just like, it could be a ticket to your concert or to your seminar, or it could be just like a special report. It's because once you got their interest and once you got their credit card, they're open, they're ready to buy, they're buying from you. You want to hit them there when you want to try to sell something. It's called an upsell. Now, if you don't sell anything to them, that's fine. You know, they may just come back, tell a friend, and get the word around. They may get through these videos again, but next thing you know, they may eventually buy from you when they're ready. And you develop an entire tribe of people talking about you. The Internet Product Master Plan. And this is how you do it. Now, along with this, you could do webinars. Within these webinars, you're giving lots of free value. People know this. They know that you're not there trying to take anything from them. You're trying to give first. And again, that directs them here. This is like the free open page webinar. Get their email coming from ads, then into the webinar. You're giving them lots of value in the webinar. Then that webinar takes them possibly to the website. Put them through the sequence. Homepage giveaway. Boom, towards the product. By then, they know what you're doing. They're interested in your product. They know they want it. They trust you. They buy something for $350. They tell their friends. The friends go through the whole thing. You do an upsell for $67, and it's just a machine that starts rolling. It's fully automated to the point where all you really have to do is just like YouTube videos, like 2 or 3 per week, videos that may go viral. Once they do, then you got like free advertising. Or you could buy ads on YouTube. You could do road signs that bring people into the sequence, or bring people to the homepage giveaway, or bring people right to your website. You could offer coaching, ebooks, whatever it may be. And once this thing starts rolling, it's just like this automated machine that just starts to bring in an immense amount of money. And that's how these people become internet millionaires. So this is just like a basic overview. Like if you've never seen this before, this is how these people are doing it. It's a formula. You could rewind this video again. You could take a look at what I've done here, and I'll have more videos coming out. Or you can go to bradlenart.com. Also, if you want some free training or just some free coaching, you could go there and just put your email in, and we're going to be offering free coaching as well. But if you want one-on-one coaching, like paid coaching, you can also get involved with that. Just go ahead and do that, or click the link down below. $99 per hour, free one-on-one phone coaching for whatever you need. Just could you be like, I don't know, goals, dreams, could be moving forward, could be internet product master plan, stuff that you want to sell online. I can just go ahead and help you out with that. I could even look at your websites with you during that hour and give you some advice. So thank you so much. Go to bradlenart.com. If you like the video, go ahead, subscribe, tell a friend, and we'll see you next time.